Okay, I'm back now. Alright, so yeah, I just had to, take care of a few things really quick. Oops. My craft thing is getting way too big. I'm glad I bought an apron, that's all I have to say. Alright, so back to it, I guess. Rin is a pretty princess. He would thank you for noticing, but he's, currently getting done up by Thea there. Okay, so, right, we already talked to that lady. It's ungodly warm in this house for some reason right now. I tried to rescue the princess a while ago. That place is infested with powerful monsters. I opened the castle gate, but I couldn't get in. Please rescue her before it is too late. Okay, I'll do the thing. I'm gonna go. Now I'm gonna do the thing, so that way I can do the thing and save Thea. Do the thing. So now we get to go back. And funny enough, this is the world we don't get to go to in the other generations, as far as the previous ones we were in. I don't know if we go here in... Well, no. I don't know about third generation on this bloodline, but I don't remember. We're gonna see though. Hey look, that fly's back. There's one world I'm not entirely sure we go to in this bloodline, though. Like, I don't think we get to go through Divisia. Which, I am okay with that, because I hate Divisia. It's like, who the hell? Whatever. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Phantasy Star 4 because A, it's one of my... It's my favorite game from the Phantasy Star series, and B, I'm doing the English beta of it. Which means there's going to be some pretty, Englishy things, and maybe some things that aren't even quite finished, but, what I'll be doing then is I'll just play a stable, full, finished English version if something goes awry. I'll play that on the side, so that way, you know, if I have to catch up to something, then I can. But I don't think it was broken though. I think it was fully translated, just not fine-tuned, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to it though, because I absolutely love that game. I love that game. I love the characters in it. A lot of people say, you know, well, if somebody gets into Phantasy Star, that's the game they want to start with because it's noob friendly, and it's like, yeah, maybe, but I think all that amounted to was they looked at what made the game successful, like how it worked within the first 3, and was just like, you know what, we're gonna make it this way. The thing is, though, is it could still be balls hard if it wanted to. And if that isn't good enough for some people, there is the hard mode patch that I got. It won't work with the beta, but it's an option. Like, really, I feel that the hardest things about Phantasy Star 2 is, one, when you use a telepipe, you don't get to select where you want to go with it, which is something that they put into Phantasy Star 4, and I absolutely love that. Basically, it's like a teleport station without actually having to go to a town to use it. Though you can't be in a dungeon to use it, obviously. Oh yeah, if they remade this with like today's hardware, that would be amazing. Like, they could actually go more in-depth with the characters and make you actually, you know, identify with them a bit more. Because I think that's the one downside to this game, is the fact that we don't really get to know the, especially the, like, the 3rd generation characters, we don't really get to know them. You know what I mean? It's always, you know, oh, this bad thing is happening. You know, and then it's like, go save the world. Okay. And then just go through and do kind of the same things. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Because I know when PhantasyStar.net was still a thing back in the day, back when they still had message boards, I actually posted there under a different moniker. I was a pain in the ass teenager back then, we'll just leave it at that. I'm very surprised I didn't get banned from those boards. Like, I didn't really do anything that would be considered offensive, but I was pretty stupid. And on the off chance any of those old farmers actually come across this, my name on there was Rika-chan, so... And, like, I had this stupid, like, avatar, if you will, of, like, a, blue-haired, Rika with, like, a rogue streak. And I think I actually started referring to myself as Rogue Rika for whatever reason. I don't know, it was kind of stupid. Original character did not steal. No, I'm kidding. It was bad. But it was like basically two of my favorite female characters at the time, so that's what I went with. And it was one of those things where I actually ended up getting out of the community when people started posting stuff about, you know, Phantasy Star Online and whatnot. And, you know, when you're from a family that doesn't get a whole lot of money and you get a new console once maybe every few years, it's just kind of one of those things where... I don't know, I just lost interest quickly because I couldn't keep up with any of it. It's like I love Phantasy Star, that much is apparent, but... Again, though, that could be an abandoned email account. Or is it one of those things where, I mean, did it respond with, like, a failed delivery notice, or... Huh. Wonder what's up with that. And again, it could just be one of those things that he's still around, per se, but he's just not actively participating. But I don't know that for sure, so... Yeah, and that's just it. Like I said, I mean, the people on the PhantasyStar.net forums knew me by, a couple of names, but they don't know me by, you know, Lady Mizu or anything like that. Funny enough, there's only two people that I remember from there. There was the one guy that was just a complete and total asshole to everybody. That, I don't remember his name. I think they called him Compy for short, but, he was the person that would harass and spam the boards and, you know, big worshiper of Phantasy Star 2, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. The other guy I remember is Monochromatico. He was this guy from Brazil, and he was kind of awesome. Thank Leia you're here. Let's get out now. I have the twins ruby. It should come in handy. Please take me to my father right away. Thea joins her party. What kind of weaponry does she have? I don't remember. Slicer. Sweet! I can get her an upgrade. We're gonna fight our way out of here. No. I cannot say I have. Sword lady? Wait, who's the sword lady? I'm confused now. Unless you're referring to Thea, then it's, she's actually using a slicer. No, a slicer, in the Phantasy Star universe, at least in this particular series, is, a bladed boomerang. That's, like, the best way of putting it. Like, the way I always imagine them working, like, you have a strong central, disc-shaped thing, and then, like, you press a button on it and two bladed ends come out of either side of it. That may be what, it turned into, yeah. I didn't even think about that. I've never really, used them in PSO2. In fact, that probably is it. You're right, that probably is it. And they just changed the name, like in this one it's a slicer, in 4 it's a slasher. I don't know if Phantasy Star Online had them or not. Like the first one. Sadly, I never got to play the first one. I wanted to, but I never got to. Actually, now that I think about it, was Mono from Brazil or was he from Argentina? I think he was from Brazil. But we knew another guy that was kind of... I don't remember. It's been so long. I think I saw him on DeviantArt a while back, but... he didn't really put a whole lot of stuff on there. I wonder what he's up to these days. It's kind of weird thinking about it, though, because it's like... yeah, he and several other people saw me back in my herp derp phase, so it's like... I don't know how people view me now. Admittedly, Umbra, part of me feels bad for kind of yelling at that one guy earlier, but on the other hand, you don't ask rude questions like that to people. It's like, what the crap, dude? But I did apologize to the other two people in that call because they really didn't need to hear that. Yeah, it's funny. I never really was one for trolling, but sometimes, like, in games like Town of Salem, I will, just a little bit. Like, depending on the role I get. Like, earlier I was playing a witch on there, and witches, if you've never played Town of Salem, you're neutral evil, and your whole point is to just control people. And you want to live long enough to see the bad guys win, essentially. So I was sitting there and I kept trying to control people, which was effective for the most part, but apparently Odin was also playing a witch, and he kept controlling me. Oh, that's not so bad. Oh, I just realized something. Now that it's after Labor Day weekend, I'm gonna have to start taking orders on Christmas ornaments. That's kind of strange. I mean, you're in a gaming chat room, so it's like you talk about games in there. But then it's like, maybe it's just one of those things, you know, it's like you end up building up a relationship with people, so you end up talking about other things, I suppose. I don't know. Screw that, we're gonna walk all the way to Endora and get her a couple of laser slicers. This is true. I remember a friend of mine was a member of this one particular forum that, well, how do I want to put it? The subject matter was less than what I would call savory. But the reason why he was showing me this was because somebody had decided to hack the forum, or at least change some of the coding in it. So whenever you would try to type anything in, it would come out as mostly garbage, or, you know, like parts of it would be made out, but then like there are parts of it that wouldn't come across properly unless you spaced letters out or something. It was fucked up. Like, I don't know how that happened, but It was mildly amusing. I also used to be members of a forum called Anime Pit Stop. And then it turned into the Anime Pit Stop, and then I'm not entirely certain what became of it after that. Yeah, I used to be a member of a forum called Anime Pit Stop, which I don't even know if it's still around today. I've never even really looked. I'm kind of afraid to, because I think the original URL got bought up by a porn site. And then, the guy running Anime Pit Stop decided to turn it to, like, when he brought the site back up, just called it the Anime Pit Stop, and then it just kind of disappeared after that, I think. Oh, do I wanna? I kinda wanna. I'm gonna do it. Bitches love cannons. Sorry. Wasn't nice. Oops. Wait, can I still buy one? I can. That's awesome. No. We're gonna fight for a little bit, I think. Used to go into Yahoo chat a lot too, but the last time I went in there, I inadvertently hurt someone. Like, I really wasn't trying to. But it was one of those things where I never heard of a certain terminology and didn't realize that it was actually a very racist term. And I mean, it just... I felt bad because it was like, I didn't know about it. And I ended up upsetting somebody and just... I stopped going after that because it was like, yeah, that wasn't my intent, and not to mention a lot of the people in there were kind of egging it on anyway, so that didn't help. Again, though, I was a kid, so it was just kind of one of those things where, you know, kind of chalk some of it up to ignorance, but on the internet, nobody knows your age, so whatever. I didn't know that either. Oh dear. I think the only reason why it bothered the group last game is simply because that's kind of a modern article of clothing in a setting that isn't so modern. I think is what it amounted to. At least that's how they took it, so that's probably why they did that. Why they reacted that way. At least that's how I took it, and it was just kind of like, no, you're wearing a cape, come on. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Though, anybody out there watching this video, if you have something otherwise to say on that one, and, you know, it's a legit reason. But yeah, I think that was the reason why it kind of bothered people. But, you know, I mean, it's not that big a deal. If it was a modern day setting, it would make a whole lot of sense. Because I could see Moon wearing, like, a stark white hoodie with, like, maybe there's a few holes in it, but then he has, like, a huge moon just, like, crocheted on the back of it. You know? Maybe with like a silhouette on the, like a silhouette of a wolf on it. Yeah, that's... I mean, we understand that. It's just, you know, when you say hoodie, hoodie is a modern article of clothing. So, and I think that that's kind of what people took it as. And it's like, but this is fantasy, you know, this is a fantasy medieval setting. But, you know, it's not really that big a deal. I understand what you meant by that, so... It's cool, Umbre, don't worry about it. Nobody's gonna hold it against you. And if they do, then, they should talk to me. Oh yeah, definitely draw him like in a, like at some point if you feel up to it, definitely draw him in like a modern setting. Cause that would be kind of awesome. Wonder how he would look in a modern setting anyway. I mean, would he be pretty much the same? Would he wear like the you know, what kind of things would he wear? thrift store army pants, like in winter camo or something, maybe? God, people watching this are probably going to be like, why is she not talking about the game? I talk to everybody. This is how I do work, okay? Okay? If you actually want to, you know, bring up anything else in the conversation, actually visit the stream. That would be great. If you're just going to come here and be an asshole, Umbra's going to banhammer you. Because that's how she works. We're beating monsters. This is random shit time. Yes. Besides, what I'm basically doing is I'm just trying to get enough money so that way I can get another secondary slasher. I really ought to check out the armor while we're here. Because I'm wondering if it's going to be one of those things where I'm probably going to want to upgrade armor while I'm here too. Also, I like how Thea looks like a little girl in the back there. I mean, she's supposed to be young, so it makes sense, but I find that to be kind of adorable. Butt keys. Of course. No. Okay. Depends. When did that Final Fantasy come out? Do you remember what year? Because I think Phantasy Star 3 came out in 91. I think. I don't really remember. That sounds about right, though. For this game, or for, what is it? It'd be Final Fantasy 2 for us, I believe. Oh, Final Fantasy 4. That was a bit off. Well, that was Final Fantasy 2 for us, wasn't it? Because when we got Final Fantasy 3, it was already 6 for them. Which is why when we got Final Fantasy 7, I was like, what? You know, this is before learning about all of this, so it was just kind of, when Final Fantasy 7 came out, it's like, where's the other 4? You know? Final Fantasy VI has always been my favorite Final Fantasy. Will always be my favorite Final Fantasy. I know a lot of people swear by 7, and 7's okay, but I don't know, it's just not my favorite. It's kind of strange, but you know. Oh, at some point I want to see if I still have some of the X-Men comics that I had. Because back when Marvel did like an entire... How do I want to put this? They did this entire story arc about, I wouldn't say it's exactly Nightcrawler's origin, but I don't know, it was really kind of weird because it was like, oh, he really is half demon, apparently. Even though, like, earlier comics, back when he was first introduced, were like, no, he only looks demonic, but he's actually all human. Even Doctor Strange kind of confirmed that when he fell ill and went into that coma because of the statuette he got for his birthday. So, you know. I don't know why they changed it. I know it's a new writer, you know, like new writers, new times, that kind of thing. What drew me to that comic, though, I mean, the story was alright, I guess, but what drew me to it was Philip Tan's artwork. A lot of people say his work is a bit too busy, but personally, I really like it. He's one of my inspirations. What is that per se? Like, what is that? Thorgal? I feel like I should know what that is. So... Slicer... Yes. Is there anything else here? We already upgraded our weapons. There is an armor upgrade, I believe, for Iron. Otherwise, I think we're pretty much ready. Holy shit! That's hardcore. Jesus. Oh, these guys can do poison shit too. And so it begins. It only took us a little over an hour, but you know. You know, that pretty much sums up this game, only except, you know, for the Vikings part. Do I want to go back now, or do I want to actually get him some more armor? You know, screw it, we'll just go back now. We'll worry about armor a bit later. Though... Decisions... Wait, can he even... Oh yeah, he can. I'm just being dumb. Yeah, that kind of puts a damper on relationships, you know? And then you have the one person that's like, stop, just don't, friend? God damn, just as their head gets, like, chopped off or something. You know, Umbra, if you don't have it, at some point you ought to get the Vassal engine so that way we can try playing House on, Betrayal at House on the Hill. Because it just occurred to me, we haven't played that in a while, and I don't think you were playing with us when we did it. The Vassal engine, I'll link it to you here in a bit, but basically it's a thing that allows you to play some board games online with people. Incidentally, that's how my Pathfinder game came into being. Long story short, we were playing Hero Quest on there. And I was allowing 200. But no, we were playing Hero Quest on there. And Hero Quest is basically D&D Light. That's the best way of really putting it. And everybody got to keep certain items and whatnot between sessions. And I'd come up with this one session where no, it's fine, I understand that completely. But anyway, no, I remember it was kind of irritating because there was like this grand wizard that they were gonna have to face, and Badger, being the smartass that he is, just knocked an arrow from this one particular bow and made the saving throw on it. Which, if you do that, it basically kills the monster in one hit. And since technically he was counted as a monster, you can guess what happened next. Whereas in Pathfinder, when crazy shit happens, it's hilarious. You know, kind of like last session. Oh, he can't use that. I believe it was Navarra, spelled... Well, I'll just type it out to you. There we go. Okay, that wasn't an upgrade for him like I thought it was. Well, crap. Okay, I guess we're ready to head back then. How injured are we? Stay at the inn, I guess. It's also possible I could have spelled that wrong. Because I don't remember if it was an E or if it was an A. Right, so I guess we get to go back. We have to go back through that cave and show Lyle and be like, "Oh, hey, we got your daughter. She's fine now." Well, you know, I mean, things happen. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, personally, I'm not upset about it, and he wasn't upset about it. I think we were just more worried about you on that one. At least I was. Odin sounded like he was too. Yeah, we were both pretty worried about you. Dogbot. Dogbot! Dogbot! They're really good with forgetting berries, aren't they? Like if you ever wanted to get like a bunch of narco berries in one setting, that's the way to go. Honestly, if Ark ran well on my computer, I would probably stream it, but it doesn't. On the other hand, Killing Floor 2 runs well enough. Oh, remember to get the lemons and the potatoes too. Especially the potatoes. They really like potatoes for some reason. At least when we were taming them the first time, that really seemed to be a thing with them. What is Thea wearing anyway? Try it? We should have some in the garden. Although I haven't been on in a couple days, so I don't know how well our garden is handling at the moment, but oh well. That works nicely. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, if you find one that you want, and you want to tame it right away, then by all means, don't wait on me on that one. Because Lord knows it's going to take me about a half an hour to get into the server anyway. I love that particular server, but for some reason it just drops me if I stay idle too long. Did you check my body to see if I had any on me? Because I don't remember if I had some still on me or not. I thought I put everything away, but I don't remember. It might have just been one of those things where I was just so tired and I just logged. Whew. Well, just don't drag me around. I mean, you can check my inventory if I have anything like that on me. Because I could have swore I put them away. Or did you check the closets underneath the stairs? Because I think we've been storing them in there. Oh no, it's been a little bit since I've been on, so I don't really remember. Oh, I see. It makes sense, I guess. I guess they expect people to not be on at this time. And being a British server, they probably have a point. Yep, Labor Day. I like Labor Day because of the festival that comes into town, celebrating, you know, everyone and everything, I guess. That's the best way of putting it. I missed the parade this year, the in-town parade this year, but I'm not really that broken by it because, for one, I guess it was kind of crap. That could just be because it was just too hot. And for another, I don't think the local university's band actually showed up like they were supposed to. Which, that would have been my alma mater. Good job, guys. Yeah, didn't show the fuck up. I also kind of wish I would have gone to the in-town concert. I mean, it wasn't like anything extravagant, but you know, it was like a lot of bands, like local bands playing like classic rock music, which is kind of my thing. But then we have like several bands that are also playing freaking country stuff, and I'm not a fan of country music. But you also have to understand the reason why I'm not a fan is because of just the stigma attached to it. And I'm not gonna knock anybody that is a fan. You know, if you're a fan of it, go for it. That's awesome. You know, just me personally, don't do it. About as close to country as I get is the Oh Brother, Where Art Thou album. Well, there's also that one German country band. Which I was kind of amused that there's a German country band. But you know, no one ever said that country music is strictly an American thing. I remember a country techno group called Rednecks. That was interesting. They did like 2 different covers of Cotton Eye Joe. It's pretty amusing. God, the song I have stuck in my head right now is Shut Up and Dance with Me. It's that one that was on that Steven Universe video that'd been floating around Tumblr for a while. It's a nice song, I like it anyway. Man, is it just me, or does it seem like this is a lot easier when you have a slicer user? You're my hero! Aw, thanks, kid. That was in bad shape. He may not live very long. Yeah, you said that last time. Excuse me, Father, I need to eliminate the threat. You'd think our defenses would be a little bit better in here, but apparently not. Whoosh! Hi, Dad. You've done well, my son. You are our last hope. Be brave, Ian. How come you haven't aged? And words can't express my gratitude. Take the Twins Ruby. It opens the landing path. Are you gonna die now? No? Alright. That sounds harsh, I know. But it's like, oh, he may not live, and it's like, he's just kind of drawing it out a little bit. I have to give him credit for his endurance, though. Yeah, part of me wonders if I would have just done this all like every night this last week, if I would have had it done by the weekend. But hey, maybe we'll have it done by this weekend, huh? Alright, making a quick break here. And I'll be back in a few minutes.